I'm at a place in my life, whenever I use the word growth, it's never numerically.
No.
It's all maturity.
Right.
And listen, maturity brings numerical growth, but immaturity brings the lack of growth in everything. But anyways, as we grow, I look back on everything now, and I think about us even starting the church, right? This is something else I want to share with you for that person who out there and they're like, man, I'm about to make a big move, whether it's church, whether it's business, whether it's even
I
married.
love it.
Every big move come with a blood trail.
What? Welcome to the Unscripted with Clyde and Tonya. Welcome back. Listen, thank you for all of the followers. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being a part of this YouTube channel, man, and this podcast. We thank you for rocking out. Make sure you like, you share, all of that great stuff. We've been talking about some stuff, husband.
Yeah. This is our, I don't know what recording this is, but we have been dealing with, for the most part, we're trying to get you to get to know us and what we've been through, what we've done. And we believe, my wife gave this saying, I think she heard it somewhere else, and we coined it for ourselves because she said, I am you, you are me. As you watch these podcasts, I want you to be interactive as you're watching these. Don't just listen to these podcasts because you're listening to what we're saying. I want you to listen to these podcasts because you're listening to see how it relates to you in your life, whether it's you, whether it's your husband, whether it's your children. Before we start this podcast, we started to name it instead of surviving with. I think the podcast now is not surviving. It's unscripted with Clyde and Tonya. But before we started to name it surviving with the Hardens, we've survived a lot of stuff, and we're talking about it now unscriptedly, if that's a word.
Yeah, and I would say we're no longer surviving, but we're thriving.
We're thriving. That's why we did name it surviving with the Hardens, because we don't want you to think you always got to survive. We want to start thriving. So we're going to share how we went from struggling to surviving to thriving. Yeah. But we want you to know that this is not I know when I first started preaching, I said, don't be the hero of your stories.
Right.
This is not us being the hero of our stories. This is telling you how we went from guts to glory. So take notes, listen. Today's going to be another good topic. As we was on our way to the studio today to start recording, we don't plan it all out. Right. We keep it truly unscripted. We don't have point 1, point 2, point 3. So this is a good one. I think you can go talk to your husband, talk to your children, bring in your friends, share this with someone, as you're listening, and share it with someone else after you listen. But this is a topic I'm really excited to talk about.
Yeah, I am too, because I think, if you don't know, that we're pastors of a church. We started our church from the ground up. But today's topic, it's really not a topic. We're just going to chop it up. I'll find a topic somewhere. I don't know.
Go ahead.
But I guess building, right? Mm-hmm. Because we've been building into that person is like, you're trying to figure out, how do I build? What do I do? I did a live the other day, and I talked about the importance of refocus and realigning and how to keep building. Because no matter what, trials, tribulations, adversities, naysayers, witches, warlocks, all of those type of people are going to come against you. But it's learning how to stay focused on what you're called to do. Yeah. And so when I started thinking about, how to really stay focused, I know we talked about endurance, but I really look back that everything since 2010, well, first of all, we built with our marriage, but in 2010 was when we really stepped out on faith to do something that has never, ever been done within ourselves.
I think for a second, 2010.
2010, what we do. Yeah, we literally one day was told by our bishop. Well, we went when we started going to CRM. Shout out to our bishop and pastor. This CRM, may be, baby. You may see this afterwards, but today is our November 12th is Lady Woodard's birthday. Oh, shout out to her, man. Beautiful, I'll be calling her later today. But those are our spiritual covering, and they've been our covering for over 20 plus years. Yeah. But one thing, going to that church, I remember us starting the youth ministry there. And Bishop would have said, okay, son, it's your turn. Like, he fired somebody. And then he was like, okay, now you go be the youth pastor. And no, he trained you first. He didn't just come out and say it. Yeah. You literally, come here. Oh, that'll preach. Yeah. You literally went through training before you actually got the position.
Not knowing.
not knowing you was in
Yeah,
training,
it's crazy.
right? But in the midst of that, I remember it was like 7 kids, probably 10,
Yep.
to where I remember coming on board with you because I was like, I'm not going back there. I'm not doing that. That's when I was giving up on church. But I remember going back there, and later on, we looked up, and it was like over 30 plus kids
Yep.
that ended, and that was in the senior kids church.
No, it was like
It was about 50
all
with
together.
all the kids together, and we built a choir with those kids.
And the craziest thing is that, not calling any names, but someone was assigned to those youth, and they said, "Man, I'm not wasting my time coming down here for 2 or 3 kids."
We always been called to the
Yeah, we
underdogs.
also got the underdogs, and so that when he asked me to take it over, I said, "You know what? Hey, that's when I asked you." I said, "Babe, we have a choir. It's only 3 kids in here. Can you come help the youth ministry build this choir up?" And through that choir, it was the inspiration that we needed to pull in those other youth. It's like when we did it together, it's always been, I can go so far without you. You can go so far without me. When we come together, it's the chemistry that explodes everything else.
Yeah.
And so that was, to me, when you came into the youth ministry, that youth ministry went from, I had good leaders. I had a whole church full of leaders.
Yeah.
I could develop leaders. I couldn't get youth to come.
Yeah.
So you came in and brought the youth.
I brought the swag.
You brought the swag.
Nah, them kids, but they love me though. I was hard,
Yeah.
but they love me. But
No,
I will say this:
I was hard.
You was hard.
Was the pushover. Go
I
ahead.
was the pushover. Oh, okay. To DJ all our babies out there. I ain't gonna just call because I'm gonna miss somebody. But all of our babies, just to see them growing. I want to shout out CRM, baby.
Yeah.
All of our babies in
Watching
CRM.
Darius, I will say Darius.
Man, Darius
is
got his own podcast.
There's so many things
Shade
there.
and moved to, I think, California.
Yeah.
All our babies, they are still our babies. They still show up. Simone, Lewis, they were girlfriend and boyfriend. Now they married with babies. And they show up every now and then. So shout out to them.
Yeah.
But to watch our baby, and we're still connected.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If they need us, they know we're here. They can call anytime. But I look at that, and we built that together, right?
We did.
And I even remember, Brother Devin, we ain't had no money. We broke. We was living check to check. But we was like, let's figure out how to get a SUV. Because at the time we had a car. Let's get an SUV so these kids we can have room to bring other kids. And we were able to do that. I remember Shasta, Shanice. I'm sorry.
What I thought about, though, because, a lot of times, I don't know, I always say that we're in this era, we're in this thing, but I feel like we are. I feel like we're in this era, in this thing where everything is competitive. Everybody do something for an end result, right? I'm going to get a van because I want 100 kids. I'm going to go, do this because I want. Back then, we wanted a van not because we wanted it, it's because, we wanted that because we felt in our heart that these kids need a ride.
Shoot, they was packed on top of each other in the car.
So we didn't go get it because we were trying to blow the youth ministry up. We was trying to go get this because we was trying to accommodate the youth we had.
Yes.
And the thing, like almost everything we've done in life, we didn't go get company vehicles because we wanted to see we had company vehicles. We were trying to accommodate where we were.
Right.
And I think that's a lesson in itself, that don't always try to go out there and try to outdo someone. If you want to stay in line with God, respond to the most current need he put you in.
That part.
If God told you that you need to get a car because he gave you a job, you got to get to work, and for a fact you can't find nobody to take you, go take your behind to the store and get the car.
Right.
If you know for a fact that, your apartment is just not big enough for you, take your butt and go get a bigger apartment, or maybe it's time to go rent a house or go buy a house.
Right.
So we wasn't trying to blow up the youth ministry. The reason why we bought that, because we was in a point to where kids was trying to get the church, and everyone
were
trying
calling
to invite
us,
and they couldn't get it there. So I'm sorry,
I love that though, because it's like when I look at that in anything. So what are we talking about? What am I trying to get to? Is that when you're starting something, you got to literally have resilience. You got to really have tenacity. You got to really have. You got to stay focused. And if you don't, you could get off track, because even in that, we had parents telling on us. They were going, Brother Dad, we got told on. I don't know how many times we got told on with these kids because of the stuff that we were doing. And some of the stuff, it was legit. Yeah. But then some of the stuff, it was just like, dude, leave us alone. Let us grow these kids. It was almost like, okay, I see the youth ministry growing. Can I park and pause right there? That most people want to be a part of something. Devin, I got a thing with people with clout. I don't like clout chasers. I don't know if that's the will of God, if that's right, but people that chase clout just does something to me because they want to be.
They wasn't there nowhere around in the build up, but in the glow up. They
Man,
want to
they
be
want to be a
all.
part of it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That does something to me when people, I don't know. And even when we started New Distant, it was the same way. Like, nothing to know, whatever, get out your feelings. But it was like, if the clout was good, oh, I'm a part of that.
Yep.
I want to be a
Clout
part of
down.
that. Clout down, I'm done with that. I ain't a part of that. That ain't a part of me. But when the clout up again, you want to be a part of the clout. And I think the thing is
Can I say something?
go ahead.
Your hair look nice today.
Thank you, sir.
Not that it don't look nice all the time. I'm just in the right angle.
You like my glasses
I'm
too?
sorry.
I know
Look,
you
it's
be hating
cute.
my
It's
glasses.
cute. Go ahead, keep
I be
going. I
trying
don't want
to
to throw you
look.
off track, but I want to just let you know your hair look
Thank
nice.
you, sir. But I will say this is building is like one of the most fearful things that you could ever do is to start something.
Yeah.
Like if you don't know and you don't have the blueprint to how to start it, and that's the thing, we never had the blueprint.
And watch this. I would do want to throw this in because as she's talking, I'm following her lead on this. But as she's talking, God is sharing a little few things to me because a lot of you have started some stuff and you quit. You started some stuff and you quit. You started some stuff and you quit. Like she said, that's when the trolls come in. That's when the tests start happening. You don't ever start something and not get attacked. How do you survive starting something and not quitting when adversity hits? We always told people this in the past. You got to write down your why.
Yeah.
If you don't write down your why, you'll forget it.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you write down your why, you'll be able to analyze and make sure that your why is bigger than you.
Mm-hmm.
If your why is bigger than you, that means no matter what happens to you, you got to still move.
Mm-hmm.
If your why is only the size that you are, like, oh, it's about making me look good, it's about making me sound good, it's about making me be good, the moment you're not good, you want to stop. The moment you don't sound good, you want to stop. But if your why is like, God has touched my heart and told me that these youth need someone to pour into them because they don't have anyone to pour into them. Now, no matter what I go through, no matter what hell I have, the why is still in front of me. Like, man, I know I'm going through pain, but I can't quit because of these youth. I know I'm going through hell, but I can't quit because these children still trying to get there. So if your why is not bigger than you, you won't last.
Right.
But if you write down your why, it will build tenacity. It will build endurance. It will build focus. One thing about us, everything we've done a lot of stuff. And people always say, man, Harden's always doing something. But the reason why we don't quit is because we know our why. And it was something that God put in our heart, and we don't let it go. Right now, we go through business. We've been in business for years. And I don't want to take us away from the journey that we started, but in business, we go through hell.
Man,
The reason why we don't quit is not because we're trying to look good or trying to be good. No, we're trying to finish.
Right.
Go
Yeah,
ahead,
come
I'm
on
sorry.
here. I almost shout. Jesus on the main line. I would say this though, when you starting, it's like if you were to kind of share like starting a church from the ground up in a country town. For those, if you're watching from another city, we are in a country town called Cold Spring. I am from a town called Point Blank. You literally point and blank.
And you go.
And you're gone. And Cold Spring is I don't even know the population here,
I don't know
but it's
either.
such a small town,
2,000
but
to
with
3,000 people?
multiple churches though. When I say, baby, multiple churches, and
Over
we
100
grew up
churches,
here.
2,000 people, over 100 churches. And that means that you can average possibly 200 people person per church. No,
Yeah,
I'm
probably.
not math. I'm gonna stop.
I don't know, but I just
20 people
know
per
it's a
church, something like that.
lot of people. We grew up here, and so we knew the churches, and we knew after coming here and being a part of. Shout out to Justin Eldridge.
Yeah.
He invited us out to come do a event for a youth event, and we brought our youth with us. And when we got here, well, I think it was like after the second or third time they called us out, and we wanted to come and do a Saturday Night Live because somebody asked, okay, what do we do after this? Because we brought a different flavor. We brought a different, we came from a church that was more city versus the country, not knocking nobody, but it was just different.
More modern.
We're more modern, more contemporary.
Yeah.
And so because we brought that, and we had people like asking, like, what can we do? What can we do? And I'll never forget, and to go down that journey, it was just like, you knew it was a God thing. And I remember Justin's mom coming to you and saying, what was the word she told you? Miss Sheila, Lady Sheila Douglas. She told you some words
I can't remember
that basically you was about to be a pastor.
Yeah, I can't remember.
You have a pastor's heart.
Yeah, pastor's heart.
You have a
Dang,
pastor's
you brought
heart.
Back. I forgot that.
Yeah,
I'm getting old.
I remember her saying that, and it was like, "Nah, baby, look, Devin." I'm like, "Nah, bro, that she don't mean that. She mean you pastor's heart, not an absolutely pastor." But I remember you driving down the road, and we were going back home, and this is after the event, and you said, "God said, whatever you do, don't disconnect from your covering. I was so confused in that car, Brother Devin. We're driving on our way to Willis, and I'm thinking
But
to
listen,
myself,
I gotta say,
what?
but this is during the time we're having turbulence with our covering. We're not seeing eye to eye.
Yeah.
We're
Oh, that sounds so bad.
yeah, we
But
did. I didn't see
you
eye.
wasn't seeing that.
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
And
Look at me. I
and-
pulled myself out of that.
But this is so important because a lot of us, we stay in a safe place, in a place where there is no turbulence.
Yeah.
But we was in this place where there was me and Bishop Wood wasn't seeing eye to eye. And watch this here. You know why we couldn't see eye to eye? Because I started having a different vision.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we started saying two visions can't live in the same house. I started thinking the church should be this way and church should be that way. And so the fact that I wasn't seeing eye to eye with my bishop, it let me know that it was time to move. But God telling me not to leave my covering let me know it wasn't time to disconnect
From him.
for him. And I think a lot
Thank
of times,
you, Lord.
you know, if we think about it as a child coming up, you know, at a certain point, a young man become a man and he live in a house with daddy. Two men can't live in the same house.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a daughter's growing up and she get to the point to where she starting seeing different from mama, and mama want to choke her because two women can live in the same house.
Yeah.
It's not meaning every time it's time to disconnect.
Yeah.
It means sometimes it's time for one to grow up and move on and start their own vision, because you still need to stay connected for the resources they can still offer you.
I want to make this clear because you know people got this thing that they say, you know, my time is up.
Yeah.
Jesus on main line. That's a whole nother side. But my time is up, and with your time may be up. Don't do whatever. Your time may be up, but there is a proper way.
Yeah.
And there is a order.
Yeah.
To how you make this move. When you say you and Bishop were not seeing eye to eye, did not mean that you walked
disrespected him.
exactly.
Never
That's why I
talked
wanted to
crazy to
get.
him.
Yeah.
I in my mind I started thinking, and many of us do this. I hate to say this, but I'm gonna say it. In my mind, I started thinking that I can do things different than him.
Mm-hmm.
The real word was better, and I don't want to use that word because I was so rebellion back then. But even in my eyesight, thinking I could do things different than him, and thinking that I can, you know, I didn't even need him.
Right.
There was a conviction. Now, there's a certain situation where you got to separate for health reasons because this is a toxic relationship. This leader is toxic to me.
Mm-hmm.
But that's between you and God. You got to make sure God blesses that transition.
Yeah.
Well, this transition I made, you know, I knew I still loved him.
Yeah.
But I was aggravated with him.
Yeah.
And the reason why I was aggravated with him because it was time for me to go build my own house.
Yeah. And it wasn't even that he did nothing wrong because I wouldn't. I want to make that clear.
I know, but I don't want you to kind of paint my words.
Yeah, I ain't painting your words. I'm just saying because people be out here disrespecting loudly
let me finish.
against leaders.
Let me finish.
And that crap ain't right.
Let me finish. It is a point to where when you can be a mature person.
Okay.
And you know, you deal with immature people, that's all bets off. You know, if you deal with an immature person that's trying to blow themselves up, that's different. There is a time where you can have a mature frustration with someone.
Okay.
And that means it's growing. I mean, listen, every caterpillar get frustrated with the cocoon.
Right.
But the cocoon made the caterpillar struggle to become a butterfly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's not saying I didn't know down Bishop Wood and come against him. I never disrespected my covering. Never talked bad about him to no one else. I just knew I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
I couldn't recognize this. So I tell anybody, if you're starting to get frustrated with someone you love, you need to get to prayer and talk to that person. And maybe like Bishop Wood help me understand, it's time for you to start our own church, son.
Yeah. And I want to say this, when he did say it, it was like you were trying to figure out, I'm as a wife just following my husband. But at the time you were trying to figure out, okay, I know we're supposed to start something, but I don't know exactly what we're supposed to start.
Yeah.
But when you call Bishop, I would never forget, because you honored him.
I always
because you respected him. You called him and said, Bishop, we want to come down here and do a Saturday Night Live. Bishop's words to you was no. Yeah. And your words back to him was, yes, sir. It was like, look, Devin, I'm like, I don't care what you're doing, sir. We not leaving here. This man ain't cheating on his wife. This man ain't stealing money. This man he ain't done nothing that caused integrity. I done been a part of that mess.
Yeah.
And I knew that, no, I'm not, you can go where you want to go, but I'm not going with you. Yeah. But I knew then you respected and honored him, and I honored you because of that decision. Yeah. And when Bishop Wilder said no, and he came back and he said, no, son, the reason why I'm saying no is because it's time for you to start your own church. He said, when you came here, I knew you wasn't going to be here long.
Passing through.
You were passing through. And I remember him telling us that when we first got there, and I'm like, sir, what you mean passing through? Like, this our church home. Yeah. We finna be here forever. And we were there like 9-10 years. Our kids grew up there. But what I'm saying is that we knew it was something we were supposed to start, but that was an integrative way that it was done.
Yeah, yeah,
And it was done in decent and in order.
yeah,
And sometimes there are moves that are made that are not in order
yeah.
and that are loud, disrespectful when it comes to someone that you stood on their shoulders.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's a difference.
When you know you're moving,
Mm.
when you know you're moving in the will of God, everyone benefits.
Everyone benefits.
When you're moving in the will of you may benefit at the cost of everyone else. And that's a dangerous
Oh,
thing.
that's good. Wait, explain.
So basically, when you move in the will of God, everyone benefits. When I left, I was worried about the youth ministry. But I told Bishop Wood that, I'm really worried. I don't want to leave the youth. He said, son, God got this. So he knew in his heart that the youth was going to be okay. So I wasn't leaving, tearing down the church on my way out the door.
That part.
I made sure that the youth was well. I made sure Bishop had a good, understanding what was going to happen. And me moving wasn't disruptive.
Mm-hmm.
And then me moving to the town I went to, it was beneficial to the town. Us moving, it was beneficial to us. It wasn't just we was trying to move to go hurt a church, trying to outdo a church, or we trying to move to go outdo somebody else, or we leaving despite of Bishop Woodard and trying to come against Bishop Woodard. If you're moving in the will of God, everyone benefits.
Right.
If you're
That's
moving
good.
in the will of yourself, you benefit at the cost of everyone else. Bishop would have suffered. The people who I'm trying to help, I'm actually hurting. And in the end, I'm actually hurting myself because I'm coming out of the will
Ooh,
of
I'm
God.
about to say something. This is unscripted. I feel it and I don't care. Get over it. I will say this too, because I know this may hurt and this may get a lot, and I'm prepared.
I'm not nervous.
I'm not nervous. Is that even in the moving, Devin, other people wanted to come with us.
Yep.
And they said, we're going to come with you.
And
We're
I
going to
said-
come. And we told them, no, sir, no ham, because we respect our leaders,
Yep.
that you are not coming with us. We do not kiss that.
No, we don't.
We are not okay. Now,
And why-
Hines,
No, Bishop
Hines
kissed
did it the right way.
Yeah.
Hines went to Bishop
Yeah.
Woodard. And when Hines and Lady Hines went to Bishop Woodard, they sat down with Bishop and shared with Bishop why he had a dream. God showed him us on a plane. You was the pilot. I was the I remember like it was yesterday, Hines, if y'all listening, you was the pilot. But you went and made sure that Bishop kissed it,
Yeah.
not us.
Yep.
No
Listen,
way.
I can't make sure everyone else is not affected by my move, but I can make sure the house I left not affected by my move.
That part. And when that crap don't happen,
Yep.
you moving out of order. Regardless,
Listen.
it ain't even, I want to say this because it's not about who go where, but it's the respect of our leaders to make that declaration
But
to
go
them.
back to what I said originally. It got to be bigger than you.
Mhm.
If you're moving to increase you, you're going to increase you at the cost of everyone else. But if you're moving to increase people, you're going to make sure that you stay humble so you can lift up everyone else.
Yes.
I don't ever want to, and Bishop, and I think it was Ivy Heard I heard say that you're standing on the shoulders of everyone else. If I hurt the one I'm standing on, that means I come back down too. If they fall, I fall. So I need to keep the one I'm standing on strong. I need to make sure you good so I can keep my height. But watch this. And if I keep them strong, I stay strong. Who stands on my shoulder stays strong too.
Come on.
But if I'm tearing everybody else
husband.
down, guess what? I won't have anybody who wants to even stand on my shoulder.
Come on, Bishop.
It's still just being me on the pedestal, the high horse.
Yeah.
So as we grow, and we grow, and I'm talking about numerically. I'm at a place in my life whenever I use the word growth, it's never numerically.
No.
It's all maturity.
Right.
And listen, maturity brings numerical growth, but immaturity brings the lack of growth in everything. But anyways, as we grow, I look back on everything now, and I think about us even starting the church, right? This is something else I want to share with you for that person who out there and they're like, man, I'm about to make a big move, whether it's church, whether it's business, whether it's even
I love
married.
it.
Every big move come with a blood trail,
What?
and I'm saying that real deep from the heart. Every big move come with a blood trail. You bled in this area so much to where now it's time for you to move and grow and walk in it. Whether it's in your singleness, you probably bled in your singleness so much to where you learned every lesson you could in your singleness. Now you're ready to be married. Whether you bled so much in your marriage to where now you're able to help other marriages. Listen, my wife said this way. I'm saying that way. My wife said there's power in your pain. Yeah. Your pain been so hard for so long. Now you got power in the very thing you've been in pain in. So if you ain't bled in it, you can't teach somebody in it. And that's why some people try to move too fast. They trying to teach somebody to do something that you ain't never been through nothing in. So we knew when we got ready to start our church, man, we look back and like everything we've been through equaled where we were.
Yes.
It felt like, I never forget September, I can't remember the exact date, but it was September, the fourth Sunday in September 2010. I never forget that date. And I want to probably say the 23rd. I want to say it's the 23rd. But I never forget that date because I look back in the day and we started the church was filled, and church was over with, and we was walking out the door. I felt the tale of two feelings. I felt excited and I felt confused because I was excited, like, wow, we just did that. But I was confused because I feel like my whole life was leading up to this moment. I'm like, dang, everything I've been through my whole life
was for this
moment. I'm like, am I about to die?
Right. Me too. I was like, oh my God. Like, Devin, if you would have seen the amount of people that showed up, and then there were people that were coming from other churches, and I'm like, and look, I'm scared. I'm scared of the Lord. So I'm like, man, they need to go talk to their pastors. Yeah. Like, this ain't right. Like, you need to go have a conversation.
And we tried to talk to everybody, and we missed some.
We did. We missed a whole lot of people. But I look at it, and when I was like, okay, this cannot be it.
Yeah, it can't be.
And
I'm like, started. If I went through everything, and this is the climax of it, I wasn't mature enough to realize, well, you finna go through some more stuff now.
Right.
To get ready for another climax.
Right.
So,
they had no idea. But even in the midst of building that, growing that, New Destiny, right? It was New Destiny Fellowship Church. Getting the vision for that.
Change our mind.
Change the world. Yeah. Getting the vision, getting the welcome song, and all of that, and everything unfolding on that day.
But hold up, you can't slip back. Well, I come back to it. The vision.
Go ahead.
Part. The vision, getting the vision was.
Yeah, getting the vision of it.
Understanding, when Bishop would have told us to start the church, he told us in that day is reminiscing.
June 2010. Yeah. I'll never forget it. It was my birthday month.
We was getting,
and I was so confused. Devin, I cried so much that year. I think I was just turning. I was crying so much. And it was the scariest.
It was.
Oh my God, I'm not finna cry. Lord, it was the scariest moment because now we're held accountable for people's soul.
Yeah.
And anything that we do. Because I didn't know if I was gonna mess up. Yeah. And still don't know. But we're accountable for these people's soul. And whatever we mess up, we can go to hell.
Look, we was practicing in youth ministry.
We was practicing in the youth, yeah.
Them were Bishop kids. We was just borrowing them.
Right.
We could have gave them back and walked away, and it didn't cost us anything. Now, I mean, I sit back and I joke with people all the time now because I'm like, man, my decisions affect so many people.
Yes.
And that's why I can't play. Because
that's even in the decision now that we like what we're experiencing now. It's like our decision can affect so many people, but then when it comes to someone that's near and dear to us, we got to make a decision. Yeah. You're like, it's learning that part.
The reason why I say my decision affects so many people because we have, I'm gonna say 60 people who I know for a fact that's members of our church. We have, our 5-member family plus our new son-in-law that's in our family. We have at least 7 people that's direct employees of our company, multiple contractors. If we decide to just say, you know what, we're just gonna go ape wild and do something stupid, all them people now we've dropped them because God trusted us with them, and now we dropped them because we decided to be rambunctious and move in flesh. And that's scary. It's a lot of weight to carry.
That is
a lot of weight. You can't just be, loose. But then that also is a blessing because, God trusted you to position you that you can actually be a resource to these people.
Yeah. I would say, too, like, that was one thing that we started, right? We started the church. Mm-hmm. Then we started a nonprofit organization, which is the SJCOC.
Off the residue of the church and how we started the church. And
I would say off the resident of our bishop because he did Thanksgiving feast. He did all of that. And they do a big one at the Georgia Brown for Christmas, Thanksgiving. So make sure y'all go rock out in Houston at the Georgia Brown. He does it every year.
There's so much scrutiny this year because of a lot of the immigration issues and stuff. So pray for him this year because a lot of people's afraid to come because they're afraid that immigration going to come there and try to, capture a big group of Hispanics. So be praying that against that people able to come and get help without scrutiny because it's ironic that one of the greatest time help is needed because of the disruption in the government. is one of the greatest times people are afraid to even go get help.
Man,
That's
that
just-
breaks my heart.
Yeah.
And I know they got to break Bishop them heart too, to know that is happening. Yeah.
But we started so when we came here, God, it's so much. That's why it's so. I just got angry.
Ooh.
But this is why it's so dangerous, right? To move rebellious from your leader, because you move rebellious looking like him.
Ooh. What'd you say? Wait, what happened?
I said it's why it's so dangerous to move rebellious to your leader, because you move rebellious looking like him. It's like they know that's your daddy.
Oh,
They know that's your
yeah, because people would come to our church. I never forget, man, be like, y'all do everything like Bishop Woodard. Y'all do everything like Bishop. Who we supposed to do it like?
That's my daddy.
That's our daddy. That's our spiritual mother. Like, what are we supposed to look like?
So for me to start this Thanksgiving dinner and do this Thanksgiving dinner, but yet I'm doing it rebellious to him, it looked like I'm a carbon copy of the thing that I'm coming against.
Jesus on the main freaking line.
So I had to work extra harder to be different, to not look like the very thing that made me who I am.
And we finally got over that crap.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, no matter what, that's our spiritual leaders. We're gonna look like them. We're gonna act like them.
And the people
that's
trying
all
to
we know.
antagonize us, but we start saying, don't forget it.
I remember the last person that came was like, dang, Harden, y'all look just like Bishop. Are we not supposed to? That's where we come from.
And look this here. Lord, no, I'm not. Okay.
Unscripted.
No, I'm not.
Now, I'm the one that will. I don't know what you was finna say, but I
can't.
wish I was in his brain at that
can't.
moment.
I can't.
But I would say this too. So here's the thing. We started the SJCLC.
But no, I gotta go back.
Go back.
So we started SJCLC off the residue of just Bishop Woodard, but the things we went through in church, every lesson we learned in building a church gave us the muscle memory to start a nonprofit organization.
Yes.
It was, and listen, not just the muscle memory, but also the responsibility.
Yes. Yeah, that's good.
Getting up running. Because the fact that God taught us, because none of those lessons we got was free, but also none of those lessons we got was for us.
Never.
So I want you to hear me right now. If I'm talking to you out there, everything you went through wasn't free. God made you go through to learn them lessons. That's where muscle memory come from. It was programmed in your DNA, in who you are. You now are what you've been through. And since you're now what you've been through and you don't deserve it, that means God say, now let me use it on another level. What you did on that small level was only preparation for what God was taking you. So if you are still going through something, that means God still got something for you until you land in that bed. Like I think it was who was it? I can't remember. Paul. Like land in that bed like Paul and be able to say, I finished the race. I've ran this race. I'm now tired. Until you get to that point, you still got growth. So what we went through in working in youth ministry, organizing
and doing
youth
the
ministry,
organizing with Bishop Woodard for the Woodlands location.
Thanksgiving dinner.
You used to get all the turkeys.
All the turkeys. Hustle.
Hustle boy,
Wow,
get
okay.
all them turkeys. And we brought that same thing over here. I always say your destiny is connected to your daily routine. We literally brought everything we learned over there. And when we did our first event, and we just called it was New Destiny Thanksgiving Feast.
It was the New Destiny
Thanksgiving
Feast.
Feast. And baby, brother Devin, we was in the community center in a town called Cold Spring, which would only fit 60 people. There's a line of people outside, bro.
You got to show the pictures.
Like,
you got to put the pictures.
I'm gonna have to put some pictures up there. Man, It was a line of people outside to where there was no room. And it was like, where did all these people come from? I didn't know this many people was in Cold Spring. And later on, we look up years later. And
years. Maybe like a couple of years.
Probably that next year.
Yeah.
That next year, the line was we had to go to the high school. And that line was down the road all the way to the...
Listen.
It was amazing.
And watch this here. When we make that first fry of a turkey, once again, we didn't do it thinking that we was going to be the biggest dinner in Cold Spring.
Right.
We made that first turkey out of instinct.
Right.
Somebody got to hear me on this podcast.
Instinct. Come on.
We did out of instinct. It was just something that was in us.
Yeah.
And we responded to the call.
Yeah.
If we would have done it trying to be the biggest, I don't think we ever would have grew.
Yeah.
We done it trying to be obedient.
Yeah. And trying to build... when I look at it now, I feel like we were trying to build community without even knowing.
At the beginning, we wasn't. At the beginning...
You don't think so?
I don't think we were trying, because we were just trying to feed the thing.
We were just doing what our bishop and them did. That's what it was.
No.
I would say that.
I gotta come back, because this is what I say. I wasn't, because I remember the feeling. I was used to going to get the turkeys.
Gotcha.
I had the resource there for turkeys. I said, you know what? let me go get these turkeys and we're going to give them out just to our church members.
Right.
I never forget that feeling. And so I went to Walmart. I think I got like maybe 50 turkeys. And we fried like 5 of them and we gave the rest of every member. I was just used to doing it. And just so happened they invited folk.
That's true.
And church was over with. And after church was over with, no one felt bad. They didn't come to church. Church was over with.
Oh, you see how he snuck that in there, David? Nobody felt bad that they didn't come to church.
I mean,
it didn't matter.
I mean that genuinely. Like I was so excited. Like folks came because you know how many people be embarrassed. Like, oh man, I ain't go to church. But I'm going to Greek.
They wasn't embarrassed.
They were like, hey, church over. Come on, get you a plate.
Right.
And I think people just didn't even realize it that they were just all inviting people.
Yeah.
And we had this dinner, and the next year we partnered with Distinguished Gentlemen. And then we fried more turkeys.
And we partnered with other churches.
And one day we stood outside and I said, babe, God said, this is not about New Destiny no more. This is about Cold Spring. The next year, God said, babe, this is not about Cold Spring no more.
It's
this is
about
Sin City County. After that, God said, babe, this is not about just about Sin City County. It's about us being a nonprofit and really, it just kept growing and growing. Yeah. But it's because we started it instinctively, but in obedience to what God told us to do. We had it in us.
Yeah.
It was in our DNA, but we kept being obedient.
So what are we saying? When you're building, man, you literally got to build off of instincts, and you cannot. There was a lot of churches that came against us that didn't want to be a part of it no more. When the churches came against us, check this out, Devin. Churches come against us. Now the people show up in the city. They're like, the banks will help. This person, this organization will help. This person. And all of these people now, 15 years later this year, they may have passed now, but we have been doing this for 15 years. Yeah. And now we have given our baby over to the community that we're no longer on anymore. We're not the presidents. No. We're just advisors because of what's to come next with this.
So many people, including myself and you, pride make it hard.
Yeah, it was so hard to get it, baby. Let me be honest. Let me pause and park. Because after you done built something, it is hard, Devin, to give this over to somebody and trust them with. Yeah. This is something you built from the ground up. Yeah. But we had to realize that, and I'm going to forever say this, nonprofits don't belong to you. It belongs to the streets.
Can I do something?
It's not yours.
I gotta rewind it just a little bit, right?
Go ahead.
We didn't start New Destiny at the cost of our relationship to Bishop Woodard.
Right.
We didn't start SJCOC at the cost of New Destiny. Mm-hmm. Everything we've done became a train connected to our accountability all the way back. If you got to abandon something that you was part of to become part of what you want, that may not be God. That may be you.
Come on.
Because we have not burnt not one thing all the way back.
And even when we had extra turkeys, we gave it to Bishop for his Thanksgiving feeding. When we had extra, even if we could get some extra, we were going to give it back to him so that he can have it. Even for our, Devin, oh my God. I got to say this. Even when we got air conditions, beds, microwaves that were given to our organization to give to the people in the city, guess who we gave our other stuff to that was left over? Bishop, do y'all need anything for the homeless in the Houston area? Do y'all need anything? Yes, sir, son. Yep. What you got? We made sure we gave back to him. You don't burn bridges with those shoulders that you stand on.
And if you listen to this podcast right now and you was connected to us and you feel like, well, you talking about me? I am.
Jesus,
because I'll be wrong if I don't say that, because I'm not gonna try to, because that is conviction, and I won't remove conviction.
Come on.
If you don't learn nothing else, learn from our footprints, learn from our steps. I've never disconnected trying to outdo Bishop. I never disconnected thinking I was better than Bishop. I stayed obedient, and so no matter which way.
And I want to take your business, your purpose, and your mindset to the next level. It's time to rise with the Butterfly Academy program at the 2026 BAM Next Level Success Program. At BAM, we don't just talk about success, we build it. Through proven strategies, mentorship, and a community of powerful, purpose-driven achievers, we help you unlock your potential and turn your vision into reality. Whether you're an entrepreneur, leader, or go-getter ready for growth, this is your moment. Join the movement. Level up your business. Level up in your nonprofit. Level up in your purpose ministry. Step into your next chapter of success. BAM Next Level Success. Because your breakthrough starts now.
Trying to outdo Bishop. I never disconnected thinking I was better than Bishop. I stayed obedient. And so no matter which way,
And I want to say this because you can never outdo the shoulders that you stood on.
even if you do,
No,
you should be adding to them.
even if you, because here's the thing, I never forget going to Bishop's church, and I don't know how this subject got here, but I never forget going to Bishop's church, and I remember going there. We went to go support him, and when we went there, some things happened within the ministry, and we left there, and our heart was broken and ready to fight everybody that came against him, right?
Yeah.
But even in that, we realized that what he's going through is going to even be able to teach us later. And if not, we can add to him. And we were able to empower, you were able to empower and encourage him in that area. But it wasn't to sit down and laugh about and have conversations with nobody else about. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to come on here, brothers. I'm going to cover him.
Exactly.
We put a sheet up behind him.
Like
Nobody
Noah,
knows.
Like Noah's sons did to him.
Like, yes, you want to make sure you cover him. So there's a proper way to be able to do that to where you're not burning bridges with those that you learn from. Especially if they have not intentionally wronged you.
And even that, we have a pastor that we know we came from, that he has some integrity issues. But we've yet restored that covenant and connection.
Yes.
We restored that covenant and connection with him.
Yes.
Because we realized at the end of the day,
we learned
I get
a
in the
lot from
pulpit
him.
and I preach.
Just like him.
I look like that joker.
Yes.
Because it's in me.
Yeah.
And you know, even my earthly parents, you know, we have moments, but yet I still don't disconnect.
Yeah.
Because
or disrespect.
Or disrespect.
Because at the end of the day, we could, but I'm not. I'm not going to disrespect you. I'm not going to, you know, it's just learning that whatever you start and whatever you do,
I guess
making sure you're doing it the right way.
If we name this podcast, we would have to name it Build It With Integrity.
Ooh!
It would have to be named.
I felt
Build
it in my
Integrity.
shanana. That right there. You got to build with integrity. And here's the thing. Now, after we built the SJCLC, after God gave us the ability to build the New Destiny, you know, we did major things. God allowed us to do workshops, conferences, all these different things that were empowering and impactful. And we took notes during all those things. Then we started our businesses together.
And I want to make sure I kind of, you know, put the dotted line between New Destiny. Well, put the dotted line between being a youth pastor to New Destiny, from New Destiny to SJCLC, from SJCLC to Harden Enterprise. Because never forget, me and my wife was walking around the neighborhood, and we was talking. We were thinking to ourselves, man, we've been through a lot. We've learned a lot. And what we were doing, people would call us and say, hey, you know, because one thing about it, we never were stingy. Hey, we say I got T-shirts. Who y'all get those T-shirts from? Oh, man, this lady down in Conroe, Brandon and I, she hooked us up. Go talk to her. And someone's like, well, who do y'all get such and such with? Oh, man, you go to them, da-da-da. And we call ourselves connecting resources, connecting need to resources. And God put in our heart, we was walking around one day like, man, it got to be a way that we can monetize this. You know what I'm saying? And not saying we're trying to be greedy, but it just felt like it should be monetized. And I said, I feel like God wants us to be the middleman, you know, in business. And you was already trying to start business with what you were doing, with your recovery from your sickness and all. And it's like, with you trying to do that, I'm trying to figure out how do I always try to build a emotional connection. Well, I try to, whenever you want me to do something, I got to make it logical for me, right? I got to put a system behind it.
Right.
And so whenever you start doing it, I saw us doing that. And that's how Harden Enterprise started. Harden Enterprise started because we knew through the muscle that we learned way back from being up under Bishop Woodard to now how we started church and the systematic how we started church, and then the system of how we started SJCLC through my ability to my business degree, helping businesses start business. I went to one of the local businesses in town and practice on helping their business grow through processes. It just made sense that put all that together. And now, dang, listen, it goes back to this statement: to whom much is given, much required. It's like, okay, now it's another level.
Yes.
Never knew. And we used to always say, we would love to be able to hire the folks that go to our church.
We did. We used to always say that. We used to always say, and we always thought that the church was going to be the one that take you off your job. That was not the case at all.
Listen, even when we thought we had vision, it didn't work.
It didn't.
We thought we figured it out. This is the plan.
This it. This gonna be
and
the
we
plan.
thought we can get ahead of ourselves, and we tried to get ahead of ourselves, and God just knocked it all the way down.
Yeah.
Built the biggest church around, and all of a sudden God said, Negroes, did I tell you to build a kingdom in that church?
AKA, did I tell you to swell or did I tell you to grow? There's a difference. You got to be willing to know. You can't just swear. And we swole.
Our intention was to let the church take us off. I pictured myself sitting at the house, drinking my coffee, my tea, and the church paying my bills. But they employed everyone else, and I can prepare my sermons. And God said, I didn't plan that for you.
That ain't your plan.
Nope.
So we started another build. Another build. We knew we had to build with integrity.
Yep.
We knew we had to do it the right way. So we started getting in the right rooms. We started writing a vision down, another vision that had to be wrote.
Listen, let me tell you a secret. Every time we started anything, we wrote down a vision. And the vision always three things. Who are we, what we doing, and how we doing it.
Right.
New Destiny Fellowship Church. We change our mind to change the world, one family at a time. We always wrote, what are you doing, who we are, what we doing, and how we doing it. And that kept us on track. It kept it bigger than us.
Yes, it made it bigger than us. And I would say now starting a business and being pastors.
I'm going to say the motto of Harden Enterprise, we're responding to your needs
Through the
gifts of our experience. Harden Enterprise, who we are, what we're doing, responding to your needs. How? From the gift of our experiences. Everything we've been through, all the way back, everything we experienced, we're going to serve people because we've been there, done that. We're going to make it easier on you.
Yeah, and SJCLC coming together to make a difference. Period. I would say this, in the middle of building, and when we build this business, I wouldn't have never thought it would be here.
No.
To where, we, like you said, we have 7 employees. We are now in training so that we can become more, build more, that it would end up being 6 departments later, to where our kids are benefiting from the business, and they work for the business.
No area that we built was for us to live in it.
That part today. That is so good, husband.
We built the youth ministry at CRM to move.
Mm-hmm.
We built the church to grow. Even though we built the church, we not in that and letting them lift us up. We moved on to SJCOC. Now we've left. We still serving. We serve the church. We serve Bishop Woodard. We serve the SJCOC. Now we're in Harden Enterprise. We built it up, but now we're letting people run it. But we still serving it. None of it is to hold us up.
Because even with our coach right now, our business coach that we're with, that we've invested, has told us, y'all don't need to be there.
Yep.
And now it's a whole nother level of growth for us that we ain't even tapped into yet. But she has given us a glimpse of what it's going to look like.
Yes.
And that's scary.
That's scary.
No matter what, Devin, it's still scary. It's like when this woman told us that, I'm sitting up here like, how we going to let this baby go?
And
it was never for us to be here.
And we're in the middle right now of considering and working together to start another nonprofit organization.
Yes.
There's no grass up under these feet.
No grass.
So,
Lord don't
listen,
let it plant. He don't let it plant.
If you're watching this podcast, and I want you to
I want to say this. Mm-hmm. Even in that building integrity, guess who also helped us build and taught us in our business? Bishop Woodard. Bishop and Lady Woodard.
If we would have disconnected from him, we probably would have quit in some areas because it was so unrecognizable and we had no one who had been through that to help us understand how to handle it.
And check this out, Devin.
Now, I want to make sure
Go ahead.
I want to that sink in, though.
Okay.
Because if we would have disconnected from him, the thing we went through was so unrecognizable, and the only person we knew that knew what that looked like was him.
We didn't know, though.
We
didn't know that he knew what he knew.
Until the right moment.
He only shared with us, check this out, he only shared with us where we were.
Yep.
It wasn't until we started asking more questions that he also started sharing that part of him that we knew nothing about and didn't realize he was doing pretty much the same business we do.
The whole thing.
Devin been with these people for 20 plus years, didn't know he was into real estates and all this stuff, whatever.
General contractor.
Contracting.
He built his churches.
With his contractors. Like, bruh, never knew this. But because we stay connected and because we were able to reach out to him and he give us lawyers. And also, hey, son, here's a lawyer. Hey, son, here's a contract. Just take my name out of it. You put your name in it. You talking about the stuff we would have missed because we disconnected?
Yep.
That would have been, you understand me?
Yep.
So it's even in that, because of building with integrity, he also taught us how to build with integrity. And he told you these words. Bishop Woodard said, son, say yes now. Figure it out later.
That's been the most powerful statements I've ever heard in my life.
And wouldn't have never thought of that to say yes now.
I used to say, if I can't, my motto was, if I can't do it, don't say yes.
I'm not going to say yes. But he taught you that.
Yep.
And because of that, we have been able to walk indoors, not just in the state of Texas, in multiple states, as well as not just in multiple states, but turn this business into millions with an S,
Yeah. I'll
dollar
never forget he called
business.
us. He called us and told us, and once again, it's the blessed about having a leader who believe in you and not jealous of you. He called us and said, "Son, this finna be the wettest season you ever had."
I never forget it.
And he said, "You finna make more money in the next 5 years than you ever have. It's gonna be enough to retire you."
Pause. Even in that season that he told us that, we didn't see no light at the end of the
We
tunnel.
wanted to quit.
Devin, we wanted to quit. We wanted to throw in the towel. We not getting no contracts. It's not happening. We gonna have to let people go. It's not working. How we gonna have our subs? And all of a sudden your bishop kept calling and our bishop kept calling and couldn't get in contact with you. And told what's the name? Hey, Bishop trying to call you, man.
Yeah.
And if Bishop trying to call you,
he wasn't not able to contact me because I was ignoring him. It just didn't. Every time he tried to call me, something happened. I don't know. But believe me, I was trying to call him back, and me trying to call
y'all
him back.
kept missing each other.
So believe me, I want to hear his voice. Anytime
Yes.
Bishop call, I want to hear his voice. Don't get it twisted. I ain't going to ever.
Baby, everybody that know a new destiny, Bishop preaching in the pulpit, and Bishop would have called, he's going to answer right then. Hold on, y'all. This is my Bishop. That's how much you honor him. It's not honoring him, it's honoring the God in him.
Yep.
But I remember that day though when he called and he said that this will be the wettest season.
Yep.
That's gonna happen for you, and that has been since then.
We 2 years into that season.
Yes, and he said it's
got
gonna
3
be
more years.
5 years.
5 years. And listen, and I'm believing. I gotta believe. Well, I won't get into my belief. I'm gonna just say that I'm honoring him. I thank God for him, and we're trying to develop that season into a system.
And I want to just say we honor him. We honor the woman of God with him.
Lady Wood.
Lady Woodard, like, man,
That's
shout
mama.
out to that's mama.
She fussed at me too, y'all. Baby, you better
Take care of yourself.
But listen, I want to say this here to those who are watching. So if you ever wondered, how did the Hardens, some people wonder, aggravated. I don't know the word aggravate. Some people are aggravated when they watch us. Some people are proud when they watch us. Some people are, irritated when they watch us. But just know, fact, if you ever wonder, man, how do Hardens go from step to step to step to step to step? There is a secret to this. It's a secret to the success, and it's building with integrity.
And so where you want to go, because we also sow into our leaders.
Yep.
And I'm proud to say this year we sold into our parents.
Yep.
Like, that has been amazing. So you sow where you want to go, but you got to build with integrity.
So you build with integrity and make sure that, number one, that the vision is bigger than you.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be bigger than you. If it's not bigger than you, the moment you go through something, it's going to cause you to quit. Number two, you got to make sure that you never disconnect from people just because you're trying to outgrow them and do better than them. Number three, remember that wherever you then bled from is where you are going to be able to serve from. If you bled there, that means that's your ministry. Like my wife said, again, it's the power in your pain. Everything we've done is because we're trying to not do it to be big. We're trying to do it as big as we can for God. It's not about us, man. And, no business we built was about us. No ministry we opened was about us. No sermon we preached. No podcast. My wife has done no live. She's done no book she wrote. It was never about trying to become the biggest and the baddest. It was about becoming the most obedient. And I believe we got a saying that we coined from someone else that says, God moves at the speed of our obedience. Mm-hmm. And we know now, like Isaac Curry said, we're in the middle of it. What I'm saying, we're not done yet.
Yeah.
I'm not dead. And if I'm 50 years old, if I'm 45 years old, if I do live to be 90, that means I'm halfway there. I got a lot more to do in the next 45 years. We got a lot more to do in the next 45 years. So 2 things I want to accomplish from this podcast. Number 1 is tell you we're not done. And number 2, tell you if you keep integrity, you're on your way. That's my last words.
I would say too is that the shoulders that you stand on, they've already went before you. Why not allow yourself to learn from their footsteps? Yep. No matter how far, no matter how much our girls do, our footsteps are already ahead of them.
That's it.
That we can teach them things that they may be able to help them and allow them to not be able to hit. I always say, Lady would have been in this thing 20 plus years. I could never outdo her.
No, wouldn't even
because
try.
I'm not even trying, because she done went way ahead of me, and it's so much that she can teach me, even in business. Yep. In my now, she just did a contract, man, with a major organization down in Houston. Like, there's nothing, like, you got to realize that at the end of the day, you need somebody. Everybody should not be so impressed with you. There should be somebody that's holding you accountable.
That's it.
There should be somebody that is not impressed with you that can correct you and care and love for you.
That's it.
And mean it. And I thank God for the shoulders that we stand on, including our parents, including our mentors, including our bishops and Lady Woodard. Like, we thank God for the shoulders we stand on. So that's what I'm going to forever say.
You're pretty.
Oh, thank you, husband.
I'm sitting watching
Stop
you.
it.
I'm not just saying that. I'm looking at you like, you're pretty. I'm
thank
married
you,
a beautiful
husband.
woman inside and out.
You're a mess.
Inside and out. I mean that. So I think
How you get off track like that? But okay.
it's your fault. You
Oh,
distracted
Lord
me.
have mercy. Listen, thank y'all for rocking out with us. We pray this. We didn't know where this was going to go, but I hope it's helped somebody.
Yeah.
You can always restore something. Now, it depends on, let me say that. God can always, build you up. And if you're not with that leader and that it's too contaminated, find somebody that can cover you and watch their footsteps and allow them to recover you. Because I realize that sometimes God realigns relationships because he has to prune them because they can't go with you.
Yeah.
And that's understood. And it's okay with that.
And I just say, don't be too proud to say, you know what, I may have made a mistake. Don't be too proud. I've had to go and apologize.
I didn't apologize to Lady Woodard.
I apologize, Bishop Woodard, every
Baby,
time.
Brother Devin, I had to apologize. And she clowned me too. It was okay.
So
But
I love y'all.
apologize.
Listen, we're well over time. I don't know how long we're supposed to go, but I want to make sure.
This is a good time, and this is a perfect time.
perfect
Please
time?
remember that.
Okay.
Yes.
So I hope you was blessed. Remember this here. When I always shout out Harden Enterprise, I wore my Harden Enterprise shirt today. Want to shout out Harden Enterprise for their contributions to this. Harden Enterprise contributes until this contributes, and then we'll contribute back to Harden Enterprise. But no. Shout out to Devin Simon for his tireless efforts in making sure that we look good, sound good, and that we are out there amongst you. So do me a favor, pray for us. Pray that we give topics that's relevant to the kingdom, whatever God put us in, the networks he put us in. But I pray for you. I pray that God blesses you from every story that we tell. It lets us know that there was beauty in our ashes.
Yeah.
If everything we went through, it had purpose
ashes.
in it. So shout out to you. God bless you. Like, subscribe, share, and let somebody know that your life being changed by this unscripted conversation with Clyde and Tonya.
Stay blessed.
Peace.